Have you ever sensed love's betrayal? A dagger to the back. I did. My life, which had once been in perfect harmony with Karis, devolved into turmoil as she pursued her deepest passions and broke our vows. Divorce. Why do you desire a divorce? Hank, stop being an ass. This is not humorous. She mocked, unable to grasp the depth of my anguish. Her defiance and betrayal pushed me beyond my breaking point. You will have had your last intercourse with me on this vacation, she announced, signaling the start of the end. She can be a slut until her heart's content. I do not care. I'm done with her. 2 years ago, my wife Carrie and I were in Jamaica. That place sparked a significant change in my life. It was a wonderful trip to celebrate our 5th year together. Back then, I was not doing as well as I am now. So we put everything we had into this vacation. However, it was worth it for our anniversary. I would do anything to make Carrie happy. She loved smiling, and I enjoyed making her grin. So, Jamaica, regardless of the cost, we hoped for 2 weeks of pure delight. At least I did. It turns out that my definition of joy was vastly different from Carrie's. The first night hit me like a truck. Boom. We arrived in the early evening. It felt like morning to us. I was excited, but Carrie exceeded my expectations. She was vibrating with excitement. We hadn't been in our ocean view room for 2 seconds before she began tearing at my clothes. She was wilder than she had been during our honeymoon. Carrie was on fire, and I loved it. You name it, we tried it. She was up for anything. Okay, almost everything. However, those 2 items were never delivered. Not a big deal. 4 hours later, I was exhausted and wanted to sleep. However, she was completely focused on the beach. It was our anniversary, after all. My woman liked the seashore. She gets the beach. I could barely keep my eyes open, but she was buzzing. Then Carrie emerged from the restroom wearing the smallest bikini imaginable. Seriously, it hardly covered anything. I freaked. What? Carrie, don't go out in that. It conceals nothing. Carrie just laughed and said it was all good. She'd looked it up. Yes, sure. That's what Carrie did at work. Research. And she was quite excellent at it. Me? I was not going to let her wear that thing out in public. And I informed her that Carrie became upset for a while and then pretended I wasn't there. She slipped on a thin little dress and grabbed our beach gear. Are you coming? She said, sounding enraged. Hello, what's going on? I had to ask. Why would you go out wearing that? Simply chat to me. Please let me know what you are thinking. That is all I want, Carrie. Simply chat to me. Okay, then. Carrie went from angry to really joyful. She smiled at me and added, Hank, we're not going to the regular beach. There is a separate beach nearby, a bear beach. We're going there to have fun and play some games. I am going to tease as many males as I can, and you are going to watch. It'll be a fun. I have a fancy degree in chemical engineering, as well as other qualifications in finance and management. I am not stupid, yet all I could say was, what? Think about it, Hank. You get to see me show off, and I might get a little close to some guys, which will get you all worked up. Then we come back here and have a great time in bed. Yeah. When confronted with real-world situations, schooling falls flat. What do I do now? Why would I want to see you playing around with other guys? How does any of this contribute to us having a good time together? We just had a great time. Well, Hank, that was fine. Not outstanding. Are you kidding me? That was fantastic, right? 4 hours. Are you saying that wasn't enough? I stared at Carrie, completely perplexed. Carrie only gazed at me, her head tilted. It was good, babe. It's always okay with you. But it wasn't spectacular. I enjoyed it. Sure, I will always enjoy it. But right now, I want it to be fantastic. That means we need to involve more individuals, not just beside us, but close. Something to get you upset. Carrie, I am lost. I don't understand what you're after. What about all we planned? We spent months discussing what we do here. Carrie hadn't moved 1 inch during our conversation. I do not want to do any of it, Hank. None. Look, I put a lot of thinking into my idea. You have to trust me. I want to spend our time outside of this room making you insanely jealous so that you bring me back here and take control. Really? Show me you are in command. Not only Hank, but my man. Hank. Got it? No, I do not care. Where has this come from, Hank? I'm not good enough that you need to pretend. What? Is it like forcing you? What the heck? How did you even conceive of this? Carrie simply rolled her eyes. That is it, Hank. Playing Hank. I'm done playing Hank. Hank, I want something spectacular. My plan will get me there. Carrie, what if I don't want to be exciting? Hank, What are your plans, then? Well, you'll either accept it or not. I can't force you, Hank, but I will tell you this. It's either my way or I'm out. What does this mean? Carrie simply shrugged. I'm going to do whatever I want. Hank, you're either in or not. Hank, if you don't play my game, you will miss out. Carrie stared at me with a humorous yet serious expression. What do you mean? I couldn't help but laugh a little. There will be no more nice times in bed with me on this vacation. My jaw fell. Carrie, you are kidding, right? Please answer yes. She shakes her head. This is not a joke, Hank. I mean it. This is my holiday as well. I hope to have a good time. Just arrived. Just now. Everything we do here stays here. That is all I am asking. Have some fun. But what you believe is fun is not fun for me. It is the contrary. This is my holiday as well. I don't want to waste it watching you mess around with others. Why bring it up now? I waited since I knew you would decline if you knew sooner. Sandra was correct. Sandra? She has been married and divorced 5 times because she cheated. That's Sandra. Hank, anything she does is her own thing. But she was correct about you. I view things differently, Carrie. She made it our thing when she started flooding your mind with suggestions. This journey is for us, for our anniversary. We saved every dollar for this, and now you're making it all about you, insisting that I play your game or nothing on our anniversary. That's how it has to be, Hank. It does not carry. You may pause and think. Talk to me, not her, regarding what we both desire here. I've told you what I want, Hank, and perhaps more. Carrie, what do you mean by a little more? I'd like to try being with different males. Definitely more than one. More than 2 people have sex. Do you want to sleep with other males while we are here? Yes, and I want you to be with me when I do it. I just chuckled. This was too strange. No way. Carrie, are you listening to yourself? You're saying you want to leave me on our big day to spend time with other men, and you think I'll be comfortable with that? That I will just watch? Are you out of your mind? All I hear is that you want to split up. Is this what you're saying? No, it is not it. I simply want something new. That is all. Really? So, what about me? Do I get to discover anything new too? No, she spoke aggressively. This is exactly what I am looking for. You now know. Hot wife. That's the word. It will happen with or without you. But I'd rather you be there with me. I need you to be all right with this. To be honest, my mind simply stopped working. So did my heart and everything else. I could not believe it. Are you really going to do this? You aren't joking. Yes, Hank, I am not joking. I've been wanting this for a long time. Here's our chance. Whatever occurs here remains here. Do you still want to do this, even though I'm not comfortable with it? And it has the potential to end our marriage. Yes, Hank. So you're saying you'll do it even if it means we're finished? I've heard about the sexy wife stuff. It's supposed to be fine. Only if husband agrees. I did not agree to this. So doing it now, especially on our anniversary, demonstrates that you are not being true to me. It suggests you aren't a hot wife. You're simply cheating. Carrie, do this and we'll be done. That's my opinion of your proposal. I mean it just as much as you do. I am doing it, Hank. Stop being whiny and selfish, she snapped back. Okay, so I got up and went over to my bag, threw it on the bed. I got some clean clothing and began putting them on. What are you doing, Hank? How does it look like? Getting dressed. Why don't you put on a swimsuit? It's simple, Carrie. I cannot travel back in a swimsuit. Fly back? Why are you leaving? Because I can't bear being with or married to a cheater. I can get cut off at home just as easily. At least there I can contact a lawyer and begin divorce proceedings. Divorce? Why do you desire that? Stop it, Hank. This is not humorous. No, it is not, Carrie. Nor is that hot wife crap you threw at me. Stay here. Have fun with anybody you want. I do not care. I'm not going to stick around to watch or hear about it. As far as I am concerned, you no longer want to be married to me. So yes, divorce. Do not worry, Carrie. I'm sure Sandra has room for you when you return. You can tell her all about your anniversary celebrations. I'll even drop off your belongings directly on her lawn. I don't want you to leave, Hank. Come on, be fair. It's simply for fun. We are on vacation. Yes, right, I said as I finished dressing. Fun for you while I watch the woman I love destroy my heart and soul, not thinking about me at all while doing it. Carrie, there's no fun in this for me. None. I cannot be with somebody who cheats or intends to cheat. I will not stay with someone who thinks doing anything like this on our anniversary is fun. Thank you, Carrie. You've shown me how much you care. Maybe I don't need that type of affection, I said. I quickly pulled my suitcase off the bed. I'll text you about who my lawyer will be, I said. Then I exited the room, walked out of the hotel, and discovered a cab waiting outside. In 30 minutes, I arrived at the airport. No luck, no flights back till the next day. Not a big deal. There was a fantastic pub right inside the airport. I updated my ticket to the next morning. Now all I needed to do was wait. My bag had already checked in. My phone kept buzzing with Carrie's texts, but I ignored them and walked around the airport. It was too early to begin drinking. Or was it? Perhaps I should drink now and sleep before my flight. Yes, that is the plan, I said to myself. The bar was not crowded, so I was able to easily find a table. After ordering my drink, I sat and thought about my marriage. Some might say I don't get it or don't care enough. But this is not true. Carrie is the person I love the most. None of the girls I've met have captured my heart the way she has. I met her in college and knew she was the one I needed to win over. Carrie was extremely popular in college. A lot of guys wanted her attention, and they all seemed better than me in every way. Better looking, more charming, richer, and funnier. But I did not give up. I stayed in there longer than the other guys, and it paid off. Winning Carrie over was difficult. Many people really wanted her to. It took 9 months, but she eventually chose me. I'm not sure why she did it, but I went along with it. I believe I had something that the others didn't. I have a clear plan for my future. My entire education was structured around this plan. I knew where I wanted to begin my career, how I wanted to advance, and how to make it all happen. I was determined to reach the top, no matter what. Carrie saw my drive, which could explain why she stuck by me. Regardless of how busy I was, I made sure that my work life did not interfere with our time together. I worked smartly so that I could spend quality time with Carrie at home. Sure, there were instances when I needed to stay late or travel for work, but Carrie was usually available to accompany me. We paid for her journey, but she remained with me at no additional expense. I always made sure Carrie was as involved in my professional life as she wanted to be. My life was not solely about me. It was about us both. I kept no secrets from her, and I assumed she did the same. But she kept her own secrets. It's about her, not me. I wish she had discussed all of this previously, saving us money on this trip. This turned out to be an anniversary excursion. I didn't even get to eat a simple sandwich on this wasted travel. As my drink arrived, I checked my phone for her texts. Carrie, Hank, this is not funny. I just don't understand what you're thinking, but you should come back. This is not a joke, Carrie. Where are you? Talk to me. Darn it. You can't be serious, can you? Are you seriously leaving me? Leaving us for this? Why? Come back, Hank. Please continue our conversation. Carrie, see, Hank, this is nothing huge. I swear it's not a huge deal. I am not cheating on you. How could I be? If you're right here with it all, I want you to join me. Please come back. Carrie, I am at the nudist beach. Come over. You will like it here. There's plenty to see, and this will be much easier than I expected. I've had a few men approach me already. Hank, join me. Quit messing around. Without you, it's not enjoyable for me. Carrie, act that manner and don't rush back to our room. Honey, come back later. I'll text you when you can return. I'll be busy if you get my drift. You're missing out, Hank. This dude is wild. I hadn't left the hotel for more than an hour and a half, and she'd already met a jerk. Happy anniversary, correct? So much for reality, love. I suppose I hoped she'd reconsider this mess, but that optimism is now gone. She did not just cross the line. She blew it up. I turned off my phone. There's no point keeping it on. How can anything like this even begin? I got it. If we had a hard marriage, but it wasn't. Not that I saw. I've thought about it and can't recall. Carrie only appeared to be upset with me or us once. She never said anything about wanting more spice. Nothing. So where did she get this crazy idea and why? As clear as day. Carrie got this concept from Sandra. That woman does not understand what it is to be faithful or loyal. She was only concerned with what made her happy, no matter what. As previously stated, she has been married 5 times and has split her longest marriage after only a year. She and Carrie were good friends at work. I tried to separate them, but Carrie wouldn't have it. I quit trying. I want tranquility more than anything. Carrie never did anything awful to Sandra that made me say enough, but I'm sure Sandra played a role in Carrie's recent stunt. But why? I might never know. And does it matter now? Nope. Our pledge is broken, and that's that. It hurts more than words can convey. What's next for me when I return? We poured everything we had into this trip. Sure, we have some money for rent, lights, the car, and cards, but not enough to move out or hire a lawyer, and those guys want cash up front. Yep. I'm considering splitting up but can't afford it. That stinks. So what is the plan? I'm canceling the rest of my vacation days as soon as I return. There's no point in wasting them by sitting around. I'll discuss shifting to a different job location with Mr. Krantz. I don't need to stay here to advance, but where to? Does not matter, as long as I am not with Carrie. Carrie earns enough. She may maintain the apartment and manage it. I will take care of my own expenses, credit cards, and car. She can handle the rest. That's the beginning of a plan, I suppose. I turned on my phone and connected to the airport's free internet. Then I went online to my company's human resources department to look for a new job. And there it was, just perfect for me. Santa Fe, New Mexico. What did one job require? I understand. It was challenging because my phone screen is small, but I applied. It felt like it was intended for me. I also emailed Mr. Crack to explain I was returning from my trip early and had gone for the job exchange. I'd tell him more once I got back. Then I had another drink because why not? Happy anniversary to me. Next, I looked up. Yes, I can also do that. How to end a marriage in New Mexico. It was surprisingly straightforward. I only needed to reside there for 60 days. I could file for it online and be free in 60 to 90 days. Wow, that was great. Where I reside now, I'd have to spend a lot of money for a lawyer and wait up to a year for a simple divorce. Yes, I'm relocating. Jobs or no jobs. Carrie may call it leaving, whatever. She can also pay for the divide if she chooses. Later, another message appeared. Carrie, Hank, it is a bad idea for you to come back here tonight. He's staying until the morning. Is it that good? Sorry, Hank, but could you find another place to sleep tonight? Perhaps the lobby. What about the lobby? I paid a lot of money to sleep in a lobby, but it might be better than the airport, so I'll remain here. There's no use in going back and forth. This makes me consider what I'll do when I come back home. I don't really have a house anymore, just an apartment. So this trip was fully paid for? Every part of it. Everything, hotel, dinner, and flight. Carrie has her cards, so no major purchases to make me even more broke than I am. So she'll probably stay here for 2 weeks. Unless, of course, she decides to repair everything and returns early. However, I doubt that. At this time, it makes little difference. So what happens now? Do I stay in our flat or find a new place? I scarcely want to be in that flat, just maybe to get my stuff. However, another location might be more suitable. Maybe Alicia Capshaw is an old college friend. We never dated but remained friends. That's cool. We ended up in the same job. We are still buddies. Carrie didn't seem to mind Alicia and myself being friends. At the very least, she never said. Alicia is single and has her own place. Perhaps I could crash with her for a while. There's no point in speculating right now. I'll see what happens when I get back. Mr. Krantz might decline the transfer. And then what? Well, I think I'll have to quit and relocate. I am not staying in that flat. A significant part of me wants to contact Alicia. I absolutely need to talk to someone, but my phone doesn't work here. I can text and browse the internet, but that's it. I don't want to dump all of this on Alicia in a text or email, though. Do I even want to tell her any of this? I'm not sure, Guy. It isn't yet 9 p.m. yet. This will be a really long night. Yes, it was. Sleep simply wouldn't come. So with sad eyes, I boarded my airplane and headed home. Great. My phone was turned off again, and I didn't switch it back on until I returned to the flat. More texts did arrive. Carrie? Hank, where are you? Are you okay? Why? No response. Listen, I thought about it, and I want you back in the room. Ryan is cool with it if you observe us. He has done things like this before. Says it's not uncommon, so please return. Carrie, you are making me worried. Hank, why are you so quiet? You don't need to be. Do not act this way, love. Come. Have fun with me. It's only a game. They arrived when I was still at the airport. The last one came as I was getting into my home. Carrie, I checked with the airline and learned you returned home this morning. How could you? I stated I didn't want you to leave. This is garbage, Hank. We've been preparing this trip for years and you abandoned me here. You can't be that upset with me. It's only sex, Hank. What's wrong with you behaving like a child now? You best not be doing anything foolish at home. Babe, no attorneys. I am staying here. We paid for 2 weeks and I plan to enjoy it. I won't be the same without you, but I am staying. We will chat when I get back. I'm really angry at you. Yes, sure, we will talk. That is top on my list. The first thing I did was crash. I was all worked up, yet needed to sleep. That was what I did for 5 hours. I woke up feeling awful. The refrigerator was empty, of course. We emptied it before leaving. So a quick wash, fresh clothes, and off to Burger King. As I was walking out, a car came to a stop. It was Alicia. Hey, weren't you supposed to be in Jamaica for your anniversary? Why are you here, Hank? Something in my expression must have informed her. Okay, Hank, hop in. It's time for a chat. Come on, get inside. I did. She drove me to a quiet bar. It was a slow night. Alicia even paid for the beverages. I spilled everything. I told her everything. She didn't believe it, but I showed her Carrie's texts. Alicia is a pretty calm person, yet the texts irritated her much. Hank, why is she acting like this? I have no idea. She struck me with this unexpectedly shortly after we hooked up, telling me straight up that she was going to do this sexy wife thing whether I liked it or not. I suppose the male is meant to enjoy being left out while his wife does whatever. So I walked out. It didn't deter her one bit. So, what are your plans, Hank? You're not going to sit around waiting for her, are you? I told her my rough idea and promised to leave the region. Transfer or no transfer. All we had to do was wait for payday. Hank, you guys are broke. No, but we spent all of our savings on this wonderful trip. I figured it was worth it. So you are considering divorce? I discussed New Mexico's divorce rules and my strategy. She considered it and then nodded. Sounds simple and straightforward. She cannot fight it. Nope, one person wants out and it's over. There's no mess. We don't have anything to split, so this should be simple and inexpensive. So where will you remain while Carrie does her thing? Return to your place. I would rather not, but I am kind of trapped. I don't want to be there when she returns. That's no problem. Take your belongings and stay at my apartment. I would like the company, guy, Alicia. But you have your own life. Not really. I haven't been on a date in 4 moons. I can't deal with the dating situation. Do you understand me? I was about to fly from Jamaica. I considered asking you out but didn't. I didn't want to trouble you. This is my problem to fix. Do you get it, Alicia? I cannot throw this on you. It's not correct. But that is for me to say, Hank. We've been friends for years. You were there when I was down. I want to be there for you right now. Hearing that made me experience a surge of emotions. I hadn't truly dealt with what Carrie done yet. It hit me hard, and I was shivering, struggling to keep my composure. I just nodded. When? Hank, it is Thursday. You're meeting Mr. Krantz tomorrow, correct? Yes, he said you might come by any time. Yes, tomorrow morning. Okay then, so you packed Friday afternoon and relocated to my place on Saturday. Does it work? All I could do was nod. So grateful for Alicia. That was the plan now. She dropped me off at the fast food restaurant, hugged me tightly, and kissed me before I left. Sandra, however, was waiting for me at my flat. Hello, Hank. How is it going? What do you want? You are the last person I want to see. I understand, Hank. I got it. Can we just talk for a little bit? Carrie asked me to check on you. That is all. Sandra, I don't want to talk to you. Not at all. I do not care what you tell Carrie. Just walk away and let me be. Carrie said you were throwing her belongings away. Is this true? What do I do or not do? This is none of your concern. Carrie no longer owns any part of it. She let it go when she decided to cheat and ruin our marriage. You can tell her that. Now beat it. I pushed past her and slammed the flat door, but silly me, forgot to lock it. And Sandra walked right in. Hank, relax. What's going on? Leave. No, I just want to converse for a bit. Let me say my piece, then I'll leave. Yes, right. I grabbed her arm and shoved her out, shutting and locking the door. Sandra has nerve and she doesn't receive the message because she started hammering on my door nonstop. Then she rang the doorbell nonstop. Yeah, we have a doorbell. I stepped back and wrenched open the door. What do you want? I said that I don't want to chat. Go away. No, just listen for a few minutes to what Carrie is up to. That is all I'm asking. I don't care what you believe she's up to. I'm aware of what is going on and I do not wish to participate. Sandra must leave or I will contact the cops. Just go. Come on, Hank. A few minutes. Damn it. Take the hint. No, listen now. I was boiling mad. Who did she believe she was? You have 30 seconds. Start now. Hank, don't act like this. I slammed the door in her face, locked it, and returned to my room. But guess what? She held a key. I had hardly entered the bedroom when she ran at me, tackling me till we struck the bed. Daisy, my head hit the headboard hard. Me. She took advantage of the opportunity to sit on top of me and pin me down. You're going to listen to me, Hank, or else. Okay, here's the thing. I do not care who you are, in the midst of a light-hearted wrestle. Tensions rose between Hank and Sandra. A scenario quickly escalated beyond a joke. The room was filled with a mix of exhilaration and discomfort as they wrestled, dressed in thin veils of propriety that quickly proved insufficient, under the strain of their altercation. Hank felt a sense of fear as soon as he felt a surge of arousal. Sandra's light chuckle hit a chord of embarrassment within him, sending him into a frenzy that resulted in her sliding onto the bed, dress askew, revealing that she had abandoned the decency of underwear. Despite the turmoil stirring within, Hank was temporarily ensnared by the sight laid bare before him, a pause that lasted only a moment but etched itself into memory as if possessed by an unspoken agreement, or perhaps driven by the raw intensity of the moment they found themselves entwined in a fervid and furious embrace. What happened was not an act of love, but something primitive and unrestrained. Hank was fueled by a torrent of emotion, while Sandra responded with cries of fervent participation in a critical time. The passion darkened as Hank, driven by a combination of wrath and fervency, attempted to exert power in a way that he imagined would portray his inner struggle. However, the outcome was not as expected. Sandra's sensations were exhilarating rather than painful. Hank had not expected her body to respond with such intensity. Hank was shaken by what happened. A torrent of surprise and dismay over what had happened between them. The feeling of horror grew stronger as he found himself caught in an unanticipated bind. Only when the physical connection had weakened did he manage to free himself. He quickly recollected his outfit while battling with the shock and bewilderment that had enveloped his mind. Sandra, meantime, stayed on the bed, unfazed by the intensity of their encounter. Her gaze was unsettlingly serene as she followed Hank's moves, and her smirk told plenty. Her nonchalance in the aftermath of such intense intimacy left Hank stumbling under the weight of what had happened, clothed but disoriented. Hank stood on the verge of understanding, expressing the conflict that raged within. "Fuck me, what the hell happened?" Sandra's response contained no regrets or admonitions, but rather a weird type of consolation wrapped in the mystery of their encounter. "We occurred. Hank. You needed it." Her words, intended to calm, instead left a deep impression of intricacy on the story of their unexpected fervor. I stared at her before grabbing my phone from my pocket and throwing it at her. "Go ahead, contact the cops. Say I wounded you." "It was not that, Hank." "Yes, it was. I was very angry. I just wanted to do it. Call them." "Hank, you've messed up my life enough. Your life is not ruined. It is not over. I don't want to hear it, Sandra. Don't mention Carrie in her writing. She can do whatever she wants. I am done. If you aren't calling, leave." "Sandra." I set my phone on the side table and sat up. "I'm staying tonight, Hank. You should not be alone. I do not want you here. Why aren't you getting that? Sandra, I cannot stand you here. Just go." "I will not leave, Hank. I am staying. Damn it, just go." But then Sandra sprang out of bed and hugged me. "Hank, calm down. Let us chat. What is this about?" "Carrie, I do not need to hear it." "Sandra, I do not care why she left. She decided to depart. Nothing you say will change that. I think differently." "Hank, let's chat." I was very irritated. I knew I didn't want a night like this with Sandra. "Fine, but not here. Get dressed. We will go out. I need a drink." "Okay, let's go to the tavern across the street. We can walk. Can you give me my dress?" "You are on it." I moved. Yes, I was on her dress. "Where is your husband?" "Hank, he's home." "That's okay. He knows I'm with you, and he's fine with it. He is. He is not upset." "No, Hank, he is not. We have what you would term an open marriage. It's all good. Trust me. I can stay all night, and it will still be okay." "But Hank, he has the freedom to spend as much time as he wants with whomever. So can I. That is what an open marriage is about. We only need to tell each other. That is it. He knows I am here. That is bizarre. It works for us, Hank. That is what counts. I don't like you, Sandra. I never did. I understand. It doesn't matter. Hank, Carrie is my friend. That's all that mattered to me." 15 minutes later, we were seated in a quiet booth, and I was on my second large scotch. Sandra was sipping hers carefully while observing me. Okay, do you want to talk? Let us chat. Sandra appeared unhappy. Carrie loves you, Hank. That's how you get started. You say she loves me, I say she doesn't. Not enough, in any case. All of this. It was your idea, correct? What's with the whole hot wife thing? No, Hank, it was not me. Carrie learned about it from someone at work. That is the way 6 other women we work with live. I am not one of them. You have done it before, though. You have 5 marriages. Sandra laughed. No, Hank, I was never an attractive wife. I left my marriages after discovering my husband's infidelity. They didn't think it was fair when I got back at them, so, yeah, married 5 times, divorced 5 times. The truth is, Sam, I'm horrible at picking mates. He chose me. We began with an open marriage. I was unsure at first, but it suits us. So, no, I wasn't a hot wife, and I never will be. I can't obtain any of it. I simply can't. Carrie never discussed any of this with you, did she? Not until we were in Jamaica at that hotel, and she was set to go meet a guy. She didn't even discuss it. She just told me what she planned to do. My God, I can't believe she went about it that way. You knew she was going to do this to me? Yeah, Hank, I knew I was there when these other females were teaching Carrie how to handle it with you. These ladies enjoy making their spouses feel small, and it appears that some men are fine with it. Not me. Never me. I understand. I told Carrie repeatedly not to do it. I told you wouldn't be fine with it. But she became swept up in the exhilaration of it all. She assumed you'd come around eventually. She figured by the time you both returned from Jamaica, you'd see things her way. She attempted to make the bumpy road look enjoyable. Yeah, I understand. You mentioned that I performed the rough road stuff as well. You see, I didn't. I was way out of line. Keep quiet, Hank. You were not. I wanted it. I pushed you. Carrie always wants it from you. Well, she is out of luck. I will not go near her again. That will be difficult in your small space, Hank. No, it will not. Why is that? I didn't respond. Just ordered another drink. Why not? Sandra was picking up the tab. She just sat there observing me. So you intend to move out? Let's just say I'm not planning to stay with Carrie and leave it at that. I got it. Nothing I say will change your opinion. No. Look, maybe I could have been persuaded to try this hot wife thing if she had eased me into it and explained why she felt she needed it. Maybe. Or maybe I wanted to have my own pleasure while she did her thing. But Carrie refused to allow me. It was entirely about her and Jamaica. There's nothing else. And on our 5th anniversary, I would not have agreed to it, and not in the manner she did it. Sandra shakes her head. She did not tell me any of that. Did she tell me she was texting about cheating? She urged me to return to the hotel room, but then told me to remain in the lobby while she slept in our bed with another man. No, she did not. Are you certain you didn't get it wrong? I gave her my phone so she could see the texts. I didn't care if she noticed them. Sandra became white while reading them. This is rather horrible, isn't it? Hank, it won't make you feel any better, but she made a huge mistake. All of it. Sandra, it doesn't change anything. The very thought of doing it aches enough. I cannot be with someone who does not desire me. That is it. But she wants you. Sandra, Hank does not look like it. I understand that some people like this material and desire it. That's fine with them. Like, how are you and Sam okay with having an open thing? You're grown-ups. You talked it out and you both prefer it that way. I'm fine with that. It does not concern me. But Carrie's actions were entirely her own. She did not care what I wanted. Her decision was to abandon our marriage. It's that simple, at least for me. I'm not going to say yes to this sexy wife thing, and I definitely won't have it in my life. Sandra stepped forward and handed me back my phone. She then ordered us another round. When our drinks arrived, she asked me, "So what will you do, divorce her?" "Yes. That is all you need to know, Sandra." "Okay, fair. I am her buddy, and you do not have to trust me." I remained quiet till I spoke up again. "Did she mention anything about coming back sooner? Did you see? She informed me that she would be away for 2 weeks. Sandra beat her lip and gave a little shrug. "She told me she was staying, Hank. She's having fun." My face must have become white. Cassandra stretched out to take my hand. I'm not sure why, but I kept hers back. So that's nice, I guess. At the very least, someone is enjoying the large sum of money required to pay for this mess. Hank, is there any way to persuade you to delay your breakup? Just until she gets back to tell you more. Sandra, tell me what? Why did she hurt me? It does not matter right now. She's finished it, and she's enjoying it. There is nothing she can say. I'd want to hear. She sent you additional texts. Have you read them? No. Why should I? To watch her joyful while she was hurting me. Why would I want that? Have you responded to any of her texts? What about the first ones? No, not since I left my motel room. Again? Why bother? Are you going to be silent the entire time she is gone? Maybe. Why not? If she cared, she'd come here. This is such a disaster. Her last texts just say yes. She's having a good time and plans to stay for the duration. I do not care. Okay, Hank, enough about her. How about you? I am lost. There are folks who act like a support group for this. Do you wish to talk with them? They could be quite helpful. I shake my head. Not interested, but thank you. I have a plan. If everything goes as planned, it'll be enough to make me feel better. Could you tell me? No. You are Carrie's friend. I want to check if it works. Then I will inform her. I don't want her to know in advance, in case it does not function. Okay. There is no reason we can't be friends, Hank. Not after what happened on your bed. I got angry. So you plan to use that against me? Say I am as horrible as she is. Is this your game? Sandra, you seem taken aback. No, absolutely not. It is not the same thing. You didn't intend to sleep with me? I pushed Hank. That is on me, not you. You shoved it onto me. Yep, I am dressed this way on purpose, Hank. That's why I hung around. You needed something, like what happened? Did that help even a little? Help you cope enough to hang out with me? Sandra, that's not right. Yes, it is. I apologize, but I'll do it again for you. Wouldn't you? Why? Because I like Hank. You're a good guy. You should not have had to go through that. Not like this. So I simply wanted to be there for you in my own way. I think I aggravated the situation. Are you saying you didn't sleep with me to make me feel terrible and to hear Carrie's nonsense? Nope. That was not it, I swear. Have you got my phone number? No. Why? Because I want you to get it. Have you got a plan? Good. I'm guessing it's to keep Carrie in Jamaica. Do not tell me. I'm guessing if she decides to return early, she won't tell you. She'll just show up. That could disrupt your plans. Perhaps not. But knowing she was coming back wouldn't bother you, right? You would go behind your friend's back, not as you think. I'd just be aiding a pal. I can have more than one friend. Right. What are you going to tell Carrie about tonight? About us. Want to see? Can I text her not now? How will I know if you don't update it later? That's simple. I have an app on my phone that allows me to send text copy to anybody I want. You'd see every text between Carrie and me. Want that? I would view all of your texts. Only the ones with Carrie. I set it up so you can grab a copy without her knowing you're there. I am not sure. Have you tried this before? Yep. My lawyer received the texts from all of my exes. It works wonderfully. It replicates everything. Not only the new items. How is it working for me? Simply create a folder and all of the texts will be saved there. I thought for a moment. Then I gave Sandra my phone. Why not? What is the folder's name? Call it Carrie. You might see it. No, she will not. What's your plan? Yep. This app will not let her into my phone, correct? Nope. Only sends texts. That is it. Okay, Carrie, name it. Sandra got everything set up in approximately 10 minutes. She entered her phone number and took a selfie as a contact. She did the same with my phone number and took a picture of me. Her photo revealed a large smile. Mine looked as if I were in pain. She checked to make sure everything was fine before returning my phone. So, Hank, what should I text her about? Are you Sandra? Are you going to tell her we slept together? Nope. Even though she asked me to. She felt it would balance things out. But I will not. Perhaps Sam will tell her. But I will ask him not to. Why? Why do that? Sandra breathed out a sigh. Because it does not resolve issues. Nothing can compensate for what she did to you. I am usually honest about sex, but not about cheating. She must mend it herself, assuming she is capable. It is not. I understand, Hank. It will only get worse. She didn't stop at just one guy. No, do you want to know? I did. I really want to find out. I could feel the scotch going nasty in my tummy. Lord, how awful is it? I asked. Sandra gripped my hand firmly. The last I heard, she was with 5 males. She kept the first one for the entire night. When she discovered out you had departed, she contacted a hotel employee. She eventually let 3 males take her up. She was with all 3 at once. My God, now I felt very sick. Hank, I believe she is acting this way because she is upset with you for leaving. Whatever. She's sending me photos, Hank. They're in that folder because they arrived by text. Don't stare at them, okay? Don't. She's also texting all of the ladies at work. We can see what she's doing in a group text. You'll see what the females say back. Only if Carrie responds to everyone, which means I can see too. She can text me directly without them seeing God. Sandra. And you told me to give her another injection when she returned. I merely asked what she wanted me to do. Just as she asked. That is it. Sandra gave me a long look before getting up and pushing me out of the booth. Come, Hank. Let us get you home. Okay. Want to know what? I will tell her. I discovered you inebriated, which is true. And I got you home and into bed. I'd say you're quite angry. And that you mentioned divorce several times as you did. I will not lie to her, but I will not reveal everything, okay? I'm still not sure why you're assisting me. Because, Hank, I like you far more than I do Carrie. I had been drinking. I was really feeling it as I leaned on Sandra. As I leaned forward, I couldn't help but notice more about Sandra. Sandra, you're great. Sandra laughed and nearly let me fall. Hank, that is a very lovely thing to say. She grinned. I do my best, but it is the truth. Your Sam is extremely lucky. I couldn't share you, however. I simply couldn't. Do you get that? I do. Hank, I would not share you either. Maybe if we were an item and decided to shake things up or try swinging, I would be fine with that. With you. But only if we were in this together. No going alone. Sandra again. Was she serious? Sharing with me. She has another man. How does that even work? Sandra started taking my clothing off once I returned to the flat. I intended to say something, but then, let it be. Why not? In an instant, she was out of her clothing and in bed with me. Keep quiet, Hank. I am here tonight. Let us convey that message to Carrie. Okay. Sandra took a while, but Hank and I eventually got together. He's pretty out of it and really angry. He's talked a lot about leaving you. I'm not sure why you're acting this way, but if you keep it up, you're going to lose him permanently. Doing this during your particular trip was a really awful decision. We're friends, Carrie, so I'm being really honest. Break out of it. Tell the other ladies to get lost while you figure out how to win back your man. If you do not, it will be the end for you as well. My clever response was, wow, you went for it. Sandra laughed, making everything feel lighter. Carrie must have been on her phone since she responded quickly. Carrie, he's a jerk for abandoning me like that. He should have stayed and worked it out like I requested. I am not changing anything I am doing here, and our anniversary means nothing to me. I don't mind if he wants a divorce. Sandra examined Carrie's text. She took a deep breath. Should I respond to this, Hank? And how? She asked. I don't want you to lie to your friend, Sandra, but neither do I want her to know what I'm up to. All right, how about this, Sandra? I'm with him right now, but like I already stated, I'm intoxicated. He has never liked me much. But maybe he thinks I'm fine because I helped him out tonight. How about I see him again on Saturday and see how things go? He's a pretty attractive guy. And you know, I've always liked and wanted him. So Saturday, I doubt things will go your way, but I will try. It'll be enjoyable for me, at least. Will she purchase that? Sandra pondered. You have always liked me. For real? Hank lifted his eyebrows. Yeah, Carrie recognizes it. She's told me countless times to make a move on you. I believe she enjoys the prospect of witnessing you with another woman. However, this contradicts what she is now doing. They're her buddies. They believe the guy should not have any enjoyment. They prefer to make their husbands feel little and useless. Their husbands have not left them, so the boys must kind of go along with it. I don't get that at all. Yes, it is a weird thing. Want to know something? I've asked Carrie several times if we might trade nights or weekends. I got it. She gets Sam. Carrie always said no. She genuinely dislikes Sam. I even suggested a threesome, but she wasn't interested. Strange, right? Carrie texted back quickly. Carrie works on Saturdays. All I could do was shake my head. That lady has gone crazy. Sandra, I'm not sure where you are. Not at all. Sandra had tears in her eyes. All I can say, Hank, is that she's totally into this crazy hot wife stuff. Everything in the book, every word is from that universe. And those are her buddies. I'm so sorry this is happening to you. It's okay. It will not be my problem for much longer. Do you know what I am doing? I'm meeting with my employer first thing tomorrow. I requested a move to another location, Santa Fe, New Mexico. Tomorrow, I'll explain why I said I'd get this job transfer or leave. I'll be moving out Saturday, going to stay with a friend for a while. Carrie may guess who, but it won't matter. I'll be out of here before she returns. New Mexico allows you to acquire a divorce. Easy. I just need to live there for a bit. Then I'll do the divorce myself online at a low cost. I don't have to explain why. In only a few months, everything will be completed. I don't have to inform Carrie, but she can't stop it once I file. Wow. You figured everything out in 2 days. That is wonderful. I spent 15 hours at the airport. 15 hours? Carrie was off being silly, so I used the internet to find a position at our company. Perfect for me. I applied. That is what I plan to discuss with the CEO tomorrow. As I have stated, I will either accept it or leave. I can go by Sunday. Monday, I'll fix my bank issues tomorrow. That's why I don't want Carrie to return soon. I plan to be far away before she arrives. Wow, I am shocked. Is it okay to say that? Shocked? Why? Okay, I truly like you. Just as I believed I could be with you. Are you leaving? That is not fair. I had to laugh. Hey, you've got my number. You may always visit me, right? Your hubby will not mind, Willie. Sandra also laughed. You'd invite me over, for real? Yeah, I mean the only major no-no would be getting close to Carrie while we were pursuing the divorce. From what I understand, filing is like we're already separated, so why not? Sandra, I got things wrong about you. I blamed you for Carrie's decisions. I'm truly sorry. My eyes say we're done. I don't know anything about Carrie now. So, yes, if you want to come, I would be delighted. Hank, I am. Yes, I'm not sure when, but I'd love to visit. Sam will not mind. As I already stated, we do our own thing. We do not hide it. I could even move in with you and he would be okay. That is how we roll. That is wild to me. Sandra, I couldn't live like that. I got it, Hank. But you do not have to. You're a one-person type of man. I see it, and I appreciate you for it. Okay, I just thought of something. Change my name and phone number in case Carrie comes looking. Use a fictitious name, maybe like an elderly uncle so she can't find me. I may obtain a new number there. I'll let you know before I do. One night, I stayed awake till morning. She went to work with her eyes half closed and fatigued. I left home fatigued but full of tasks. The bank visit was a breeze. It took me no time. Old man Krantz was easy to speak with. I showed him Carrie's texts, which made him want to help. He gave me back all of my vacation time, claiming it was for my move. He also mentioned something I had missed online. This move was a significant step forward for me. There was more money and a large bonus involved. I asked to postpone the bonus and raise until after I separated from Carrie. He consented, not wanting Carrie to receive a penny. The HR. The team met with me as a result of Mr. Grant's call and quickly resolved my transfer and pay changes. I removed Carrie off my insurance. She could manage her insurance on her own. All I had to do now was pack and travel to Alicia's the next day. Packing wouldn't take long, so I began when I arrived home. Sandra texted me inquiring how things went. Sandra, how did things go? Did you receive a transfer, Hank? Yes, I am ready. How about you? Tired. I was thinking about getting dinner tonight if you're up to it. I understand if you're feeling exhausted. Sandra, I have energy to spare for you. Can I stay over one final time before you leave, Hank? That is something I would really want. Let's wake up together this time. I am hoping for a night in your arms. Is it too much to ask, Sandra? Not at all. I want that as well. But we're sleeping in the buff. I want as much of you as I can have. Is this asking too much? Hank, I just thought of something. I don't have to stay at my friend's apartment. My flat will be free on Sunday. If you have time, you could stay the night on Saturday. Sandra is getting the VIP treatment and I'm in. Are you sure? Hank, I will definitely spend 2 mornings with you. Meet at my place after work. Sandra, I'll be there shortly after. I need to get some clothes from my apartment first. Say 630. We'll go out and eat from yours. I've changed your name and my phone. You are now Uncle Ed, Hank. That sounds fantastic to me. See you tonight? I called Alicia right away to fill her in. I left out the part about Sandra. Alicia sounded slightly sad. I was not staying with her. I vowed to invite her over once I settled in and said I'd stop by on Sunday. She warned me that if I didn't leave town, she would be mad. Then I began packing. I was surprised at how quickly it happened. Even after 5 years together, Carrie and I didn't have much stuff. I copied all of our technical information for Carrie to find. We only took a few cooking items, several mugs, glasses, plates, silverware, and wine glasses. Anything else I should pick up on the way? I needed things, but after some consideration, I returned everything but the coffee cups and wine glasses. I got to reside in a large 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom house for free. Thank you, Mr. Krantz. It should have cost. But he allowed me to stay for nothing. It had everything I needed. Beds, towels, you name it. My sole responsibility was to pay for the water and lights at the end of the month. That is an irresistible offer. By 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I had everything in boxes. Tired. I took a snooze. I'm glad I set my alarm, else I would have slept all night. Sandra knocked at 630 and I bolted up. She looked incredible. Standing there, slightly shy. Sandra was dressed in a black dress that fit her wonderfully, with black tights and heels. She wore very little jewelry, but she looked lovely. Come in, what is the plan? Dancing, perhaps. Sorry, but I have packed up all of my nicer clothes. Sandra chuckled. No, Hank, I simply wanted to dress nicely for you, even if we only have a brief bite. I hoped you liked it. Do you? Wow, yes, I do, but all I have are jeans and t-shirts. That's wonderful, Hank. I dressed up for you. It's just you. Let's eat. Come back later. When we arrive at the new location, we can go out tonight. It's only about us and a bed. Wow. So we're bypassing the sandwich shop, I joked. I could not believe she had done this for me. We discovered a restaurant that wasn't too busy. We hurried back to my flat, where it took me a little longer to pull her out of that outfit than she expected, but it was worth every second. We completed it 3 times, despite being exhausted. It was most likely the excitement and novelty of the situation that kept us going. We were both out of breath and covered in sweat. After the 3rd round, she even requested something Carrie never did. Carrie thought it was excessive, but Sandra disagreed. She went all in, I realized while lying nearby. Sandra just fit in with me. We were continuously moving around with Carrie to find a comfortable position. It was perfect for Sandra, however, and that felt incredible. She fell asleep quickly. 1 minute she was kissing me, the next she was dozing gently and clutching me tightly. I couldn't believe how much had changed in just few days. I was saddened by the loss of my wife. Very sad. But now I was with Sandra. Was she mine, married or not? She appeared quite pleased to be with me. She was doing all she could to make me happy. This comes from a woman I didn't pay much attention to while she was friends with Carrie. How does this happen? But now I was overjoyed to have her, even for a short time. And then there's the new job and the major relocation. I'm really looking forward to that. Mr. Krantz did so much to make it easier for me to keep my job and start over. He went out of his way for me. Why does this matter? All I know is that I'm going to work extremely hard for him. I am all in. I would do everything for him. And there's Alicia. I'll really miss her. She was arguably the best buddy I've ever had. Maybe. So I thought maybe I might persuade her to move as well. If I was allowed to pursue it, I could always feel a spark between me and Alicia. Could I pursue that with Sandra in my life? I wasn't sure how anything would work out, and I had no idea how long Sandra would stick around with me. Being with her would not be easy, with us at various locations. However, one thing was crystal obvious. Despite my best efforts to push her away, Carrie was permanently removed from my life. In my heart, I couldn't. But she was definitely gone. What she did, when and how she did it, as well as what she continued to do, influenced my decision. She was gone. I would miss her, but I would never return. I simply couldn't. These were the things that ran through my mind as I fell asleep. When I awoke, the sun had flooded my chamber. I was in the same position as when I fell asleep, which was unusual for me because I shift around a lot at night. Not this time. Sandra had not moved either. Still near to me. Her head is on my chest. Yeah, she drooled a little, but I didn't mind. I remained still, enjoying the luxury of having Sandra with me. This was much better than I had hoped. It felt right for her here. I swear I felt her heartbeat. My phone on the nightstand started vibrating. Sandra awoke, moaned, and stretched her body against mine. Her fingers moved from my chest to my groin, holding me. I caught my breath. "Are you awake, Hank?" she whispered. I ran my fingers through her hair. "Yeah, been awake for a while. I was enjoying watching you sleep. You look very beautiful while you sleep." I wanted to maintain that image in my mind. I told her she was smiling into my chest. I slept better than ever before. "Did you sleep well?" I laughed a little. Yeah, I slept like a rock, didn't even turn around. I feel fantastic. Your hand is nicely positioned. Sandra stretched and brought her head up close to mine. Do you enjoy doing it in the morning, Hank? I enjoy it any time. Mornings, great, so we went for it again. This time she was on top. It was slow, which was ideal because I could observe her movements. I figured if we had more time, I could really fall for her. There was something about her. It's strange because I didn't think like that a few days before, but there wasn't time. Plus, she's married. So am I, for now. Also, just because she claimed she liked me doesn't guarantee it would develop into anything more. She's probably just having fun. She did, however, express an interest in visiting me in New Mexico. Perhaps she will. Perhaps not. After we got up, showered, and dressed, she put on shorts and a t-shirt with a bra and a thong. Your phone was vibrating. Texts from Carrie? She asked. I do not know. I did not check. I honestly don't want to. Do you want me to look? Sure. Yeah. Sandra made a frown as she looked at my phone. Yeah. Did she send you 8 text messages? No. She sent you photos, Hank. Photos of her with someone. Great. I do not need to see that. Is there anything else she said? Here's one you might like to read. Okay. Give me the phone then. Carrie, you might be wondering why I gave you those photos. This is your payback, Hank. You are receiving what you deserve. I am furious that you abandoned me on my own. Things will change, whether you like it or not. Hank, there are things I have never done with you. Things you've wanted. Like oral. I mean all the way. Now I'm doing it with every man here. It turns out that I really enjoy being with them. And yes, I'm letting every guy try the other stuff too. I like that as well. And will not stop. But you, Hank, will never receive that from me. Not ever again. In fact, you will never touch me in that way again. But you'll be watching. You'll witness every guy take what you desired, which will pain you deeply. You do not deserve me, Hank. You never did. But I will keep you. Why? Everybody needs a pet. Jesus, what's up with her? Did she lose it? Sandra hugged me from behind and held me firmly. No, Hank. This phenomenon, the hot wife life, is about the woman making her husband feel small. It's not usually like this, but that happens frequently. It appears that she is simply following her coworker's lead. She believes you're into it. She has convinced herself that she is doing the right thing. She should know it's wrong, yet she seems lost. She may see the light once she learns you've left, but she may not. It's difficult to explain whether I was unsure about leaving her. This makes things plain. We're finished. Go to New Mexico, Hank. Make this your home. Then begin the divorce proceedings. Do it quickly. I'll look after her for you. I'll let you know what's occurring. Okay. Sandra, I cannot ask you to do that. Transport's your companion. She was Hank. This is not the same Carrie I knew. She's like the others. I dislike being with them. Even if you and I were not close, I would no longer be friends with Carrie. I will keep an eye on her for you, Hank. I will assist you as you arrive. Then we'll see how things progress between us. Okay. I was so astonished that I couldn't talk. She stroked my lips and told me, Don't expect anything, Hank. You need to depart and sort out your emotions. You're still keeping up with Carrie because I'm here. Right. I hope we keep in touch. And you can decide what you need after your divorce. Don't just stay at home, meet people, even other women. Do it for me. That way, if you select me, I will know it is genuine. Okay. Wow, Sandra, I was just wondering about how you perceived me and what it could mean last night. Sandra smiled. That's beneficial for both of us. Then. But make sure you're not just jumping to me because you're hurt. I do not want a quick thing with you. I want something real. If this is possible, Hank, you need time, and you must go past what Carrie did. It's time, babe. I can wait. Will you wait? What do you mean? It says I will wait to see what you expect from me. I will not meet other males till you say so. It's fine for me not to see anyone, not even Sam, until you're ready. I am waiting for you. That is what I desire, Hank. Sandra simply shrugged. I blinked a few times before stepping back from her. I proceeded to the kitchen table, made sure she saw me, removed my wedding ring, and placed it on the table. That is the only thing I will tell Carrie. Sandra laughed. Have you got anything you'd like me to tell her? Yeah, I'll be in my new location by Tuesday. Late in the day. I'll text you when I get there. Then tell Carrie you came to see if I was all right. You entered with your key and discovered that all of my belongings were missing. So you heard I departed and no one knows where. It's kind of true. You are going to spoil our trip, Hank. Think about all the males who will be disappointed because she is upset. I chuckled. Sure, I am starving. Let us eat. So what do you want to do today? She simply smiled at me. Sandra and I spent every moment together until I had to go. We both shed tears as we bid our goodbyes. I definitely had to hold back from asking her, come with me. But I did not. I did left a mess for Carrie to clean up. That was my small retaliation. Seeing Alicia before leaving helped me feel better. She hugged me tightly and we were both in tears. She's been my best friend since college, and this was our first time being so far away. It was also difficult to part ways with her. I even joked about getting her a job where I was going, and she agreed I should. That felt good. The drive was silent. I turned off the radio and used the car's map. The weather was great and the road was not too congested. I had a lot to think about. Mostly, I kept thinking about how emotional saying goodbye to Sandra made me feel. It was surprised to feel this strongly after only a few days with her, especially since I hadn't cried at losing Carrie. I haven't shed a tear for Carrie since that shocking moment. Did this indicate I never loved Carrie as much as I had thought? No way. Carrie was my everything, my entire universe. But what she did to me destroyed my love in an instant. Can love evaporate that quickly? It seems so, because that is the hit I took. I felt a little terrible, like perhaps I let her down. But hey, what she's doing and saying now erases everything positive from the past. So no tears for Carrie. That in itself is a little sad. But Sandra, just thinking about her gave me a hard-on as I drove. Driving with a hard-on is unpleasant, especially if it refuses to go away. I stopped for the night after dark and had some meal before texting Sandra from my room. Hank had time to converse. Could benefit from hearing your voice. Sandra, sure, I'm home. Sam is out for the night. Call me. Hello, sweetheart. I thought about you all day. Had a hard-on for around 3 hours. Sandra laughed. Really? 3 hours? How did you get rid of it? Do not say you pulled over. No way. I considered it, but I did not want the cops to capture me. It just disappeared on its own. Her laughter was the finest. So you're calling for phone sex? Do you need me to help you sleep? I laughed. I hadn't planned on it. We want more and more. All right, baby. So no talk about birds and bees tonight. How is the drive going? Any issues? Aside from your personal concerns? Nope. It's all good. I plan to leave at 7 a.m. and drive until 8 p.m. You will be at work. But could you call me around lunchtime to catch up? You've got it, Hank. I won't call from my workplace, but I will call you. How does it feel to be on the go now? Any second thoughts? Not one bit. I thought about it while driving, and I'm clear-headed. Carrie, it is not about going. It is about abandoning you. Yeah, I have regrets there. I know I shouldn't admit it, but I miss not spending enough time with you. I keep thinking we've lost too much time, but I'm determined to make up for it whenever possible. Is it too early to say this? No way, Hank. Never think that. I feel very much the same way, and it's unusual but not terrible. I wish Carrie hadn't rejected me previously. I wished I had more time with you. So it appears that we're on the same wavelength. Okay with you? Totally. I almost asked you to pack everything and join me, you know? Sandra chuckled. I was about to ask if I might join you. How funny is that? Hank, I don't entirely understand what's going on between us, but I know I don't want to let go. I do not want to lose this feeling. It's been just a few days. But don't get furious, okay? As previously discussed, let us give it the attention it requires. And if you still want me, I can come to you. Okay, we'll leave it at that for now. Yes, okay. I hoped you'd view things this way, but don't worry. I'll do everything you asked to ensure your satisfaction. But I do want you to pay me a visit. Okay. A week? A month? A few decades? Whatever it takes. This made her chuckle again. You will have it then. Anything you desire or need, Hank. You can trust me. Just so you know, Carrie has been on her phone all day. Please do not look at that folder, okay? Believe me, you don't want to see what's in those pictures. What matters most is that her friends, as well as Carrie, are furious that you haven't spoken to her. They're all suggesting in their group chat that whenever Carrie returns, she should get a lawyer to sue you. They say you left her alone in another nation, which is why they are furious. Are they completely insane? Fine. Let her hire a lawyer. I won't be around. And by the time this comes to court, I will no longer live in that state. Forget them. Perhaps I should sue them for bothering me or something. Don't worry about it, Hank. It's excellent to know. But do not worry, I'm thinking of quitting my job soon. What they are doing truly disturbs me. But I have a plan. I may make it appear as if they are upsetting me, and perhaps even that they are acting inappropriately toward me. After all, I have Carrie's texts asking me to attempt to make you like me. All of her friends agreed. I never told Carrie whether it worked, and now she can't stop asking. She is doing that. That is stupid. Why would she think that? Because she has lost touch. She lives in a fantasy world and has no idea what real life is like back here. I feel like I should text her something, but I don't know what to say. Go on. Send her what we have planned for Tuesday. It doesn't matter how early it is. It isn't like she can call me. Simply do it. Are you certain? Yeah, let's just do it. Perhaps that will make her reconsider the rest of her journey. Okay, love. Here goes. I'll send it once we're done talking in blind. Copy it to you. You know I took pictures of your empty closet drawers, right? I will send them to. Okay, that works, but there are no pictures of the ring on the table. Allow her to find it on her own. Okay. She laughed. Perhaps I can be present when she returns home and sees it. Want a picture of it? No, she might not even care. Who cares if she does? Let us talk about something else. What are you wearing right now? She laughed louder. Hey. Hello, baby. I assumed we weren't going down that route. Okay, nothing. I'm naked and about to get into a lengthy hot bath. Someone wore me out this weekend. Pics. You know, it isn't real without pictures. Of what? Am I in the bath? Yes. Do you need pictures, sweetie? She laughed again. All right, but you should sleep tonight. I don't want you to smash your automobile tomorrow because you're so fatigued. I promise. Sleep. I will get some sleep. Hank, you are a wicked boy. You'll have your choice soon. I need to get out of my bath before it gets too chilly. I'll be thinking about you while I take a bath and as I sleep. Night, sweetheart. Good night, honey. I'll be dreaming about you too. A few minutes later, her selfie arrived. She was sitting in the bathtub. The bath bubbles are hiding, just a little of her. Her nipples were visible, and she had the brightest eyes and biggest smile. That photo required framing and possibly a place on my work desk. Okay, perhaps not. It is, however, heading someplace. Then she texted Sandra, offering to carry her. I checked on Hank. I have bad news for you, Carrie. All of his belongings are gone, closets and everything. Only your belongings are left in your place. No one in your area knows where he went. He's gone. No note. I don't know what to say. I don't know if Carrie responded because I fell asleep, and I'm not sure I cared if she did. I awoke feeling terrific, as if I had gotten the nicest sleep ever. I had breakfast at the motel, then I took off driving. It was approximately 1 p.m. My phone rang. Hello. Thanks to Bluetooth, I was able to talk hands-free while driving. Hey there. Did you get good sleep? I certainly did. How about you? I had the nicest dreams, Hank. I didn't want to wake up this morning. How is the drive? It is going great. Exactly like yesterday. I'll need to stop for gas in an hour, but I'm making excellent time. That's great to hear. I have some news to share. You ready? I laughed. Okay, hit me. 2 items. First, Carrie freaked out when I texted her last night. She was so angry that she scared away the person she was with. I about laughed myself silly. You have to read it tonight. I'll check it out. And the second item is even better. Her 6 friends visited my workplace today. They're all steamed up at me. I have it all on tape. They don't know, however. They were upset because they felt I didn't strive to keep you at home by making moves on you as promised. When I told them I made no such pledge and would not do it because she is your wife. They went crazy. I had to control myself from laughing. We will listen to it jointly when we meet. I laughed despite the fact that I had no idea who these women were or what they looked like. That is a promise, Sandra. Try to record a video next time. Honestly, I have no idea who these women are or how they appear. You've met them at work previously. You probably don't recall. They shine out more when they are all together. They're not causing you problems, are they? No, dear, not at all. I might search for a new job shortly, but I am going to report them. I have a tape that will prove they did anything improper. They deserved it. Hold on. Don't cause trouble. It is not worth it. Sandra, you have been through enough. Please stay safe. I cannot bear the notion of you being injured. Okay, honey. You touched my heart. They can't really do anything wrong to me. I will keep you secure. Do not worry, Hank. I will maintain a modest profile. Perhaps I should work where you are. We have offices there too. Should I try to move? Sandra, I'd love that. You realize you'd be living with me, right? Can you handle that? Yes, I believe I could. But can you? Let us not rush this decision. It is my first choice. So if you're ready, let's go for it. All fine, you have a point. How would he react if you moved away? Sam isn't really a concern for me. I don't think we anticipated our marriage to endure very long. I will talk to him, but it should not be a major concern. I could migrate to be with you and become a resident just like you. Then file for divorce. We do not share money or property, so this should be simple. Sam will not cause a problem. Nonetheless, the issue is difficult for me to understand. You'd be okay with being with just one person, Hank. I know it's just been a few days, but I can feel it. Maybe we could even consider having children. Is it too soon to discuss this? Wow. Listen to us. To be honest, Hank, I have never considered having children with anyone else, but I am with you. What are your thoughts about that? Wow. I'd always wanted children, but Carrie didn't. Wow. Sandra laughed. Okay then. I am in my car, but I need to get back to work. Talk tonight? Yes, I'll text you when I get to the motel. Perhaps around 8:39. I'll be up waiting. Drive safely. Okay. I do not want to lose you to an automobile. Mistake. I chuckled. Got it? No, that's dumb driving. Can't wait. Talk tonight, my love. Bye. Bye. Are we already talking about kids? How am I feeling? Wow. The truth is that Sandra is the one who has brought up the possibility of having children with me. Wow. That is something. Let's think about it another way. Imagine 4 months from now when I'm looking at Sandra and Carrie. They are directly next to one another, and I need to choose one. Yes, there is a lot of choice. I understand, but it's clear. Sandra, I'd never trust Carrie again. Not for 1 second. Whatever happens, I can't trust her. So I trust Sandra. She replied she would be fine with just me. So why not? She has been upfront and honest since we met. She genuinely wants to help me, as seen by her actions and her past. I'm married 6 times. But does it matter now? I do not think so. If I trust her, I have to believe what she has claimed about her previous marriages. Trust is all or nothing, right? So I trust her. Being with her makes me joyful. Simply being around her makes me a better person. And what about Thursday night? I still feel horrible, but she believes it was beneficial for me. She thinks it helps me. Who would think that? I can't image a doctor saying, go ahead, hurt someone. It will make you feel better. But Sandra informed me that's what she did to make me lose my mind. And she was glad to do it. That completely blows my mind. I can't imagine Carrie doing something like that for me. No way. Carrie refused to do me a unique favor, not the whole way. She might start, but then she'd spit it out at my feet like she always does. Sandra, however, is a different story. She is all in, always joyful. She's exactly what I'd desire. In addition, she is quite intelligent and attractive, so the decision is made. I'll move on from Carrie as quickly as possible, and then see what Sandra and I can create. It seems like an excellent plan. Things are moving extremely quickly, but it feels right. I wonder if Sandra and I met while we were both single. Would it have gone this quickly? Only God knows. I located another hotel and checked in earlier than expected. Following supper, I texted Sandra. Hank settled down for the night. We chat. Sandra, can you wait 30 minutes? I'm dealing with Sam. He's being tricky. We'll call you shortly, all right? Hank. Okay. What is Sam upset about? Those 30 minutes turned into 40. It took the longest 40 minutes of my life before Sandra called. Sorry, my darling. I had to work something out with Sam. He's furious because we're skipping a party that we had arranged long ago. I completely forgot about it, but I wouldn't even consider going now. What kind of party? Love. It was a swing party. Group. We know. I haven't seen them in months, but as I have stated, I am done with that. It's just you and me now. Sam will find someone else to go with. He always does. I'm not into that scene anymore. I am over it. Honestly, it was fun at first, but now I want something else. What is that? He asked. It's you, Hank. I'm looking for a decent man to love, and I want him to love just me and the kids later on. Does that scare you? Not at all. Actually, you have my heart beating. I can't believe you're really here with me. That's quite sweet. You aren't upset about my past? Nope. Your past? I believe it increases the value of what we already have. Did that sound weird? I mean, I enjoy what you provide to us. Is this better, Hank? You're making me turn red. Thank you for your warm words. Yes, I have lived, and I would like to share it all with you. I want you to have all of me. You seem to want it as well. I do. I spent today thinking about everything, and I realized I wanted you in my life for good. Sandra, this is not just a short thing for me. You have to think that I have fallen hard for you in the last few days, and I want to stay with you forever. There, I said it. We can discuss it when you are ready. Okay, Hank, I feel the same way. I've liked you for a long time, but it's grown into something more. It is deeper. I adore you too. I want to live my life with you. So what happens next? There is a job available where you are heading in Santa Fe. I can apply tomorrow. It may take some time to work out, but I'm confident I can land it. Would you like me to? Should I come to live with you? I will if you ask. Yes, that is what I desire. Go for it. This situation with Carrie turned out to be the best thing ever. By that, I mean you. Let's make a vow to one another and get along. Sandra, I love you, and I want you to be with me always. Please answer yes. Yes. Should I speak louder, Hank? Yes, yes, yes. Sandra Moore and I joined in. So tomorrow you'll request a move to Santa Fe. I will be there by noon. I believe I will settle into the condo and check in with our workplaces. Then what? I suppose you may shop for food. My head is all over. Can you come this weekend, or is it too early? Help me, I replied, chuckling. It took her a while to stop giggling. I'll request the move first thing. I'll also talk to our human resources department. People want to know how long it takes to move at my job. There might be an interview, but don't worry. I would even accept less salary to go, so let's see what happens tomorrow. Okay, I love you, Hank. Sandra, I adore you too. Man, we're going to live together. I won't sleep for several days. You should sleep tonight, Hank. No accidents occurred. Get there safely and prepare our location. I will join you as soon as we can make it happen. Okay, I love you. Wow. Our location later, once everything had cooled down. I want to buy a home. Is this okay? A home with a pool. Can we do that, Hank? You can have anything to keep you satisfied. First things first. Living there, then divorcing. Everything else comes after. I received it. My move begins tomorrow with that. Yours begins when you move in. Are you sure? Yes. Do not worry about it, Hank. Our lives will be ours alone. Sam will receive it. Just like I said, this marriage was simply for show. It was no big thing. I was certain. I've had to go, love. Sleep tightly. I wish you a safe tomorrow. Okay, love. It's lovely to hear from you, honey. I'll text you when I get there. It might be lunchtime. We will see. Night. You sleep so you can talk tomorrow. Wow, I was too energized to sleep. Then I remembered. Sandra predicted that I would find Carrie's text hilarious. I received 49 fresh SMS from her. I couldn't find the one I wanted without seeing any photographs. They were certainly shocking, but not in the same way that dirty magazines are. Two things struck me hard. First, the visual quality was quite poor. Perhaps something got on her camera. It made her appear cheap. Second, I did not mind. Carrie was in those photographs. Not at all. That was odd. I expected to feel anything, but I didn't. However, her text was a laugh. Carrie, what do you mean? He departed. He can't simply leave that jerk now. I'm mad. I was about to meet someone fresh and needed to send him away. I'm too angry to have someone over. This is not good. My holiday is ruined. Wrecked? What happens now? Sandra, all of this is on you. You should have been with him. Find him. Be with him. Bring him back. This isn't correct. What should I do now? I can't even drink away my sadness because I'm now broke. I'm not hooking up either. I despise everything. I really do. Your fault. Sandra's reaction was spot on. Even better, actually. Sandra, it appears you believe I sell love. Carrie, you are someone. I am not that person, and certainly not yours. Wow, Sandra never mentioned the harsh text. That's crazy. There were many communications between Carrie and her co-workers, but I didn't care for them. Until now, Carrie had not responded to Sandra's harsh words. Perhaps she will not. Who knows? And honestly, who cares? I soon texted Sandra, though, Hank. I saw what Carrie replied, and it was kind of funny. I couldn't help but look at some of the photographs, too. Not a big deal. To me, the photos were simply of poor quality. I felt nothing. I see Carrie in them. She seems like a stranger now. I also saw what you sent her. What shall I say? You are fantastic. And I love you, Sandra. I love you more. You're my guy, Hank. Nobody is allowed to say anything negative about my man, particularly not her. Sleep soundly, love. I am dreaming of you tonight. I paused to look at her photo again. Sandra is really gorgeous. How did I become so lucky? I'm not sure, but I'm not questioning it. I arrived at the unit at 10:30 the next morning. It took a minute to figure out where to park. Then I went in to speak with the person at the front desk. Yes, they did have a front desk. I informed them my name and job, and they entered me into their system. Two young men with hotel-style cards approached, followed me to my car, and loaded my belongings. They then showed me where I could park near my condo. I parked and went with them. My flat was on the 6th floor. Wow, it was unlike any other condo I had seen. It reminded me of luxury rooms and large hotels. The living area included a large glass wall that overlooked the city and distant mountains. What a sight, just as Mr. Cram said. It included everything I could think of. The main bedroom was wonderful. It featured the same large windows as the living room, but no one could peer inside. The young men put my bags in the bedroom and made sure to tip them well. Then I sat on the bed and texted Sandra, "Hank, I am here." And this condo is incredible. It resembles a high-end hotel room. The living room and bedroom offer stunning views of the city and mountains. I don't think photographs will capture how good it is. How about your job? Move. Can you call? Did she call in? There's no time. Hello, love. It's good to know you're safe. Send some pictures and perhaps a video later. I can't wait to see our new apartment. I laughed. It's difficult to portray how beautiful it is with just my phone, but I'll attempt to take some excellent photos this afternoon and tonight. The view of the city and mountains is breathtaking. So, what's the deal with your job transfer? Sandra also laughed. You will not believe this. I applied for the job online as soon as I came in this morning and received a call back within 30 minutes. HR. They only wanted to make sure I was serious about moving, and then they immediately got me on the phone for my interview. I landed the job, and more money too. They asked if I could move down there next week, but I replied I could do it now. We both laughed. That is great. So when will you be here? I'll be there later this week. I have a lot to pack, but the firm is moving most of stuff for me. How is this? I fly in on Saturday. I arrive in Santa Fe with several luggage. The remainder will come a little later. Even my car is being shipped. I have the rest of the week off to pack, plus next week to settle in. I told Sam about it. He's okay. He has already found someone else. Sandra laughed again. Wow, Sandra, we can begin our lives in just a few days. What should I purchase for food? What do you want? Coffee? Just the basic stuff, hun. Maybe some wine, too. We can go shopping later on Sunday or Saturday afternoon after you pick me up. I'd like to explore our new city. I'm quite excited, Hank. Guess what? You're arriving on the same day Carrie returns. Talk about timing. Really? That feels like retaliation. I love it. Let us send her a video Saturday night. Naked. How about you? You understand. Let's think about that. Okay. I want to keep things quiet until I finalize my divorce, understand? I don't want to cause difficulties. I get it, baby. And I agree. It was only a passing idea. How about this? Instead, we sent her my divorce papers and our marriage license. When it is. It became quiet for a while. Hank, do you truly want to marry me, for real? Wow. I just stated it, but that's what we've been hinting at, right? Yes, Sandra, that is exactly what we have been discussing. Children, live your lives together. You were thinking about it too, right? Yes, I was. But part of me was terrified. Scared? You wouldn't recognize me as a wife. I'm fine if that's the case, but I really want to be your wife, Hank. I just think of you as a wife, so let's make it official when you get here. Okay, love. Sandra sniffled, then replied, Yes, let's do it. I'm not sure why this makes me cry, Hank. It feels quite genuine now, doesn't it? I genuinely want to be your wife, my love. We want to live our lives together. Do I sound silly? I know you're not being ridiculous. I was afraid I was acting silly, but aren't we? This is real to us. It doesn't bother me how quickly it's happened. I only want us to be certain that this means getting married. I would not think this way of anyone else, Sandra. Not even Alicia, my best friend. You'll meet and like her. So, yeah, I love getting married. We want a full existence. Sandra sniffed again. Thank you, Hank. I really love you. It surprises me. And we're only days away, aren't we? That makes me so happy, Hank. You have no idea how much I laughed. I get it, Sandra. Only a couple days apart. Then I want us to never be separated. We can wait a few days, correct? Yes, only a few days. I cling on, love. I'm receiving texts from Carrie. Are you receiving them too? My phone was vibrating, so Yes, I am. Do you want to read them together? Yes. Let's see what's going on with her now, Carrie. Okay, Sandra, you got upset at me, which was understandable. I apologize. I was mean. I lost my calm and treated you badly. Please don't get furious at me. I understand what you said back to me, and it's difficult to express, but you were correct about everything. The work girl is my crazy wife. Hank, I have an idea. Our entire journey. I'll be returning home on Saturday, and I hope we can meet for supper. I genuinely need your aid to sort out the mess I've made of my life and marriage. I'm not sure whether I can work things out with Hank, but I have to try. You're the only friend who's ever given me sound advice. Can you help me now? This is a surprise. What are your thoughts, Hank? I believe it is too little, too late. I'm headed in a much better way. She can't make amends for what she done, and I am not going to abandon you. Not now, not ever. I intend to be you for the rest of my life if you're fine with that. Is that clear, Sandra? That works, Hank, that does. So I'll wait a bit. Tell her that I won't be able to meet on Saturday. Perhaps I should fly out on Friday. Let me look up flights and see when I can get in on Friday. Is this good for you? A day earlier? Absolutely. Also, search for flights to Albuquerque. It is not far from here. Perhaps fewer than 50 miles. You could discover something easier. I can pick you up from there. I will do it immediately, sweetheart. I will call you back tonight. After hanging up, I considered Carrie's message. To be honest, it made me feel a little emotional, but only a bit. Now I had to phone my new office and inform them. Arrived. Then find a grocery shop. When I contacted my new boss, Robin Finch, he answered swiftly. She instructed me to take the next week. Easy to settle in. She appears to be an excellent employer. I have to acknowledge that this move was working out well for me in a variety of ways. The food shop was nearby, only a short walk away. I'd done grocery shopping before, so it wasn't a big problem. My only problem was not knowing what Sandra preferred to eat. Well, when she arrived, I went to the liquor store and purchased a variety of wines and strong beverages. I'm not a beer drinker, and Sandra didn't appear to be either. On my way out, I spotted a food truck and stopped to purchase a chicken burrito. I must admit that it tasted far better here than it did where I used to reside. I then returned home to store the food and drinks before unloading all of my belongings. It took a long time because I didn't want to use up all of the storage space. I reserved the majority of it for Sandra. She did mention that she had a lot more stuff than me. After I poured myself a scotch and sat on the couch. This place was fantastic. I pulled out my phone and shot a couple photos, but they were too dark. So I adjusted the settings. The next ones turned out much better. I walked throughout the condo, taking photos and films, one of the living rooms and one of the major bedrooms and bathrooms. I also took some pictures from the living room windows. They were fine, but they did not accurately depict the situation. I would take more tonight to send. I spent some time selecting the best images and sending them all to Sandra Hank at our home. Sandra messaged Carrie first, then replied to me. Sandra: Thanks for apologizing, Carrie. I appreciate it. Unfortunately, I will not be home this weekend. In fact, I will be moving to another state. I don't know what to tell you since a chance has presented itself that I simply cannot pass up. You made a huge mess of things. I truly cannot give you any hope. Your time with Hank is over. He is gone and he will not return to you. He will not take you back. I talked with him, and he's certain you two are done for good. It's sad to behold, to hear about the tremendous hurt and mess you caused. I wish you all the best as you move on. I do, but I will not be part of it. Goodbye, Carrie. This is unusual. I was more saddened by losing Sandra's friendship than by losing Carrie. How twisted up is that? It was still early in the day. I drank my drink and decided to snooze. I must have been quite exhausted because as soon as I fell down in a very comfortable bed, my phone alarm woke me up. 3 hours had just passed. I showered, dressed, and strolled through the condo, turning on the lights. I noticed a text from Carrie on my phone. Carrie, why are you visiting Santa Fe, New Mexico? Have you started working again? It astonished me. Then I remembered I hadn't turned off the stupid phone tracker app. I corrected it in a matter of seconds. No. Did I have to do the same with my car? I was unsure. It was not a GM, so no OnStar. But there could be a tracking device like my phone. I had to check. I couldn't believe I'd forgotten. I connected my laptop to the condominium's Wi-Fi and sought up information about my car. Yes, it had a tracking device. I wasn't sure whether Carrie could use it, but I wasn't going to risk it. 1 hour later. Yep, it took so long to figure out. I turned it off. Wow. Later, I took a lot of photos of the breathtaking sunset over mountains. And once it was completely dark, I snapped photos of the city lights. I chose the best ones and emailed them to Sandra. I'd prepared up a large tray of Mexican food for dinner. It was intended to feed 4 people, but I ate it all up quickly. I wasn't a big lover of Mexican food previously, and I couldn't tell you what I ate, but it was delicious. My phone rang immediately after I finished cleaning up. "Hello, love. Sorry for taking so long to call. I've been so busy packing my belongings, but I'm about finished. I'll be finished by tomorrow. So this is the strategy. I'm traveling into Albuquerque on Friday afternoon at 2:30. I'm flying with Southwest Airlines. I have 3 bags to check, so I'll be a little late getting out." "Awesome. I'll be there waiting for you. I cannot wait." "Sandra, these next 2 days are going to be long. I informed my office that I would be working only a few hours next week. Just a few hours a day. My new boss is quite lovely. She is making things easier for me. I delivered your message to Carrie. Do you think I was being too nasty to her?" I laughed a little. "Sandra, you're asking the incorrect person. She did send me a message, however. I neglected to turn off my phone's location feature, and she knows I'm in Santa Fe right now. I also turned it off for my automobile. But she knows I'm here. Did you write back?" "Not yet. But I have been thinking about it. Just a brief mail to say we're finished. What are your thoughts?" "I'm not sure, Hank. What would you tell her? I wouldn't bring you up, but I will say we're done. And I do not want anything to do with her. I won't say I moved here either. I can send you the message as well." "Okay, dear. I adore the photographs you gave. I'm quite excited to see it all in person. Just over a day and a half. That's when you'll be here shortly, love." We chatted some more. Then she returned to packing. I poured another drink and sent a message to Carrie. I didn't send it yet, though. Hank had a tough lesson to deliver. He told his soon-to-be ex where I was. "And you don't need to worry about what I do right now. All thanks to you." I returned from a wonderful trip to discover nothing left for me. The previous 5 years were a lie. I will not let that go. I cannot forget what you did. We're finished. It is over. No talks or phone calls will change this. I do not want to know you anymore. Your messages killed any remaining love in me. Move on. Let me be. One more thing. Don't bother explaining why you did what you did. I do not want to know. Your actions showed me that you no longer want us. That is okay. Just go. My future will not include you. With that fragrance." He took a deep breath. He made sure Sandra understood. Then he took a time to himself. Carrie responded shortly afterwards. "Carrie, Hank, I see you're still upset. I got it. Something went wrong, but we can correct them. Don't bring up the possibility of ending our relationship. I will not let that happen. It is not true to say that our love was a lie. Yes, I ruined your fun. That was incorrect of me. I apologize. Does this help?" However, walking away from me was wrong, nearly too wrong to forgive. "That was very small of you." Hank's message was now simpler, retained its harsh tone, and was easier to understand. Carrie's response was similarly toned down, both in simplicity and emotion. "So I'll be home on Saturday. You know which flight I'm on and when I'll land. I don't have any funds for a taxi, so take me up. Okay. We will chat when I get back. We can work this out. We can accomplish this together. I understand that's what you desire, so let's do this together. There is a man." Is she losing her mind? I blocked her phone number. "Tomorrow I'll get a new phone and a new plan, one without Carrie in it." Then it struck me. She never mentioned that she loved me in that communication, not even a clue. All she did was tell me once more about our life together. Yes, sure. Thinking about it, I realized I couldn't remember a single instance in recent memory where Carrie declared she loved me. Not in Jamaica, not even when we got close. Sure, she enjoyed the moments, but she missed love. Did she ever express she cherished those moments? No, she didn't. So when was the last time? Did she love me? I gave it some serious thinking. Going back months, then more months, I estimated it had been at least a year and a half. We were leaving her office's holiday party. She was tipsy, and I almost had to carry her to the car. She told me she loved me as we got into the car. But why? Thinking about it, she merely mentioned she appreciated how I looked after her. I chose another approach, and honestly, I can't remember the last time she stated she loved me. Not on my birthday, holidays, or previous anniversaries. What the heck? How could I overlook that? Maybe I could tell Sandra that I am a complete fool and that she could find someone much better. Now forget about that. Thinking of Sandra, I sent her the same message, adding, Hank just realized Carrie hasn't said she loved me in over 2 years. Perhaps more. How could I not see that? Sandra, perhaps you loved her so much. You simply imagined she felt the same way. I'm really not sure, honey, but is it possible? I love you. I will always thank you, Hank. I adore you too. I halted Carrie's texts, and I'll acquire a new phone plan tomorrow. I believe we will be together again in 38 hours. I need to find something to do tomorrow. Sandra laughs. You're fantastic, my buddy. I'm in the bathroom. Want a fresh picture, Hank? No, I've still got the last one. I'm thinking about making it big and displaying it in our room. Sandra, LOL, I adore that. We should have one of you join me in the bath. I don't take bubble baths. Sandra, so I don't see an issue. Hank, let's wait for that. Okay? We can discuss it after you've been here for 10, 20, or even 6 years. Sandra, as you wish, my darling. God, I love to think about that. Say it. Feel it, my darling. 38 hours. Take your vitamins, baby. We've got 5.5 days to catch up. Can you manage, Hank? You will get my best effort. That is a promise. Sandra. Okay, baby. I am going to finish my bath and go to bed. Tomorrow's lunchtime. I will call Hank. Okay. Love. I love you. Sleep well, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Did I tell you I loved you? I love you, Sandra. I love you too. Get plenty of sleep, baby. I intend to keep you occupied for hours when I arrive. Good night, my love. What a shift for Sandra to carry everything about herself. Every call and word since last Thursday has been kind, compassionate, genuine, and filled with love. I was significant to her, and this from someone I had made fun of and disliked for years. Carrie. Nothing at all. Carrie's final text was entirely about her. Why did she write to Sandra about messing up and wanting to rectify things with me, but then behave cold and distant when she later spoke to me? I wondered if she liked Sandra more than she liked me. That's okay. Even her last message did not make me angry or unhappy, as it would have if I had been alone in my old house feeling sorry for myself. It only showed me that I was over Carrie. Carrie didn't seem to understand me after 5 years of living together. Did she truly not recognize me? Was it all a wild concept she had, or did she never truly care? I determined that it didn't matter. We were finished, and that was it. I'm here now, beginning afresh with a woman who loves me, and I love her back. That is all that mattered to me. I wished I could see her face when she realized I'd abandoned her at the airport. I would even pay for a large image of that. I took another drink and stared out the window. Santa Fe looked stunning at night. I took a photo and sent it to Sandra. I awoke early the next morning feeling terrific and ready for the day. I made coffee, showered, and dressed. I grabbed a cup of coffee and searched my phone for the nearest cell service outlet. It was only a few kilometers away. It was a pain to leave my old phone plan and establish a new one on my own. Why does it take 4 hours to switch plans and obtain a new phone? The only thing that moved quickly was my exit. At the very least, I preserved my previous phone number because of all my professional contacts. I didn't want to text or email hundreds of people merely to cut relations with Carrie after the incident at the store. I missed Sandra's call during her lunch break. I texted her an explanation and asked if we could talk when she was available. Feeling a little bewildered, I decided to explore my new office and possibly meet my new boss. This location was far more laid back than my previous job. Everyone was dressed in what appeared to be cowboy attire, and they were all very pleasant when I introduced myself. I met my boss, Robin Finch. She looked amazing, amazing and equally wonderful. Her voice was incredibly silky. I'm just thrilled to have Sandra. Otherwise, it would be difficult to concentrate here. Robin, who specifically requested that I refer to her as such, greeted me pleasantly. She was astute and explained everything about the department effectively. She believed in working smart and enjoying our careers. After we talked for approximately 15 minutes, she walked me around and we came to my new office. It was great. Not a small cubicle at all. It was a room at the top with views of the big hills. I had a large workstation, book-filled seat shelves, and 2 couches. 2 couches. My aide came in and Robin suggested we meet. Janice Pettigrew was a bit younger than 40 and quite attractive. She was excellent at her work while also having a great time. After she went, Robin walked me to one of the couches and smiled as she locked the door. "So, Hank, I talked a lot to Daniel Krantz about you. He didn't ask if I wanted you here. You know, you obtained this job without a traditional job interview. I've known Daniel for a long time, almost 12 years, and he never mentioned anyone else as much as he did you. I've never seen or heard of him giving someone one of our company rooms to stay in for free for as long as they like." Robin laughed a little. "He made it obvious that I had to do everything to keep you pleased and working here." She simply stared at me and I flushed red. "So, Hank, I'm not one to pry or propagate rumors, but I am curious. Daniel stated you were an excellent find for us. Do you want to tell me more?" She sat close, one leg over the other, the top leg shifting slightly as she spoke. She was still smiling, and it was a smile that could get anyone to reveal their secrets. "I don't know what to say, Robin. I was on a break that ended unexpectedly, and I needed to find a new place quickly. I saw this job while waiting for my flight home, so I applied for it. I'm qualified for it. Hank, I know your previous work is really... Thanks. As previously stated, relocation was always in the cards for me, so I requested this adjustment. I explained to Mr. Krantz why I needed a new start. And now I am here." Everything's all a bit surprising how rapidly everything happened. I didn't expect things to go this way. When I walked into his office, I expected to have to quit my work. "Yes, you had to relocate so badly." I just kind of shrugged. "Yeah, I wound up in New Mexico. I didn't really care where, just not where I was previously." Robin gazed into my eyes, attempting to figure me out. "Divorce?" she guessed. "Yeah, I'll start that process as soon as possible." She looked bewildered, but I explained nevertheless. All of this stems from a disastrous fifth-year trip to Jamaica. Right after we arrived, my wife told me that she intended to spend the entire 2 weeks with other men. I had no choice. So, yep, our trip ended quickly for me. On the first day, it took me forever to leave Jamaica, despite the fact that I was meant to be on vacation for only a short time. While waiting for my journey home, I requested a job transfer here. Robin's jaw dropped open. She did it. What about the hot wife thing? Yeah, she had another guy in our room in less than 2 hours after I left. She assumed I'd return and instructed me to sleep in the hotel lobby because she was keeping Guy for the night. Wow, you had no idea? None. It was a complete shock. Getting a divorce where I used to reside was extremely expensive and time-consuming regardless of why you wanted one. Furthermore, it has the potential to linger indefinitely. Not here, however. That is true. I've been through it myself, she explained. I apologize. Robin simply waved it off. It was 2 years ago. I am over it. Do you believe your wife will follow you here? I laughed. I do not know, but if she does, she is in for a huge surprise. I felt comfortable enough with Robin to tell her all that had happened since I returned to my old flat. I am not one to keep secrets. Robin couldn't stop laughing. Her name is Sandra. Bring her over the following week. Robin smiled as he replied, I have got to meet her. Is your wife still back in Jamaica? Yeah. She'll be flying back on Saturday. They told me to get her up from the airport. I wish she waited there for a long time before realizing I wasn't coming. Robin's out loud. You seem like a fun guy. Hank's never heard a story like yours. So, do you need any help settling in? I smiled. Nah, I'm okay. What is the dress code here? I noticed it's pretty laid back. Yep, we keep things informal, so wear whatever you want and are used to. You'll get the hang of it about next week. I'd like to work half days from 8 a.m. to noon or 1 a.m. to 5 p. 8 to 12 is suitable. I'll pick Sandra up in Albuquerque tomorrow. Her plane lands at 2:30, a good place to take her to dinner. Sure, I apologize. They also have dance. I will book you in and email you the address. How does 7 sound? Thanks. 7's ideal. I should have her situated by then. You will be all right. Dress it up. Posters aren't elegant, but do wear a jacket and tie. Sandra should wear a dress or something. Yes, she has. It's a relaxing environment. They do not rush you out. We sometimes accompany our clients there. Nice. Thanks a lot. Okay, I've got to get going. It's all good, sure thing. Maybe get some flowers for Sandra, though. She could only want to see you. Robin replied, chuckling. That made me turn red. She said something like that. Robin chuckled again. I believe she did. Thank you for stopping by. See you on Monday. I'm delighted you're here, Hank. We stood up and exited the office. "Thanks, I'm quite delighted to be here. See you on Monday, Robin. Have a pleasant weekend," I said. The remainder of the day dragged on. I couldn't quit thinking about Sandra arriving tomorrow. I drove to the Albuquerque airport. It was a simple drive, a little over an hour. I discovered the southwest region and parked close before driving about Albuquerque to see the sights. On the journey back to Santa Fe, I reflected on my time with Carrie and the reasons we met. Finally, I felt Carrie chose me because I could provide her with a better life than others she would have been with. It wasn't about love for her. I guessed. Not really. I did not mind our marriage. It was good. Even fantastic at times. But there was something missing. Like when she told me she loved me. She might have, but she never said so. Perhaps Carrie didn't know how to declare she loved someone. Perhaps love meant telling her I was hers, like having something. Anyway, Sandra increased the bar for me. I would not go back. How things were with Carrie. After less than a week with Sandra, I knew exactly what I had with Carrie. It didn't feel real. Tomorrow is a new beginning for me. That night, I spoke with Sandra again. We were both really eager and expected to sleep little. I discussed what I did that day and our plans for tomorrow night. So she told me about how her bags were neatly organized at the front entrance. She talked about her last conversation with Sam, who appeared fine with Sandra leaving, though he did wish her the best, and stated he'd make sure all of her belongings and car were sent safely. I didn't know Sam, but I thought it was quite strange that he was okay with his wife leaving with another person. That kind of thinking just seems weird to me. I ended up having 2 cocktails that night while watching the sun set and the lights of Santa Fe illuminate. It's a scene I could stare at forever, and because I'm not the brightest, I unblocked Carrie just to find a slew of new texts waiting. She was basically telling me that I should be at the airport on Saturday to pick her up. No, I apologize for the mess. She made nothing, so I blocked her again before hitting the hay. The next morning, I awoke too early, so I went out to eat breakfast before heading to the grocery store. I even got a bunch of flowers for the condo. Soon it was midday. I grabbed some dinner from a truck and then headed to Albuquerque. Sandra called me as I was driving, saying she was at the airport and eager to get here. I laughed and explained that I was on my way to meet her. We talked with her. Her plane landed at 2:30 and drew up to the gate 10 minutes after I saw it arrive, but I had to wait outside the protected area alongside everyone else. But then I spotted her. She was wearing pants and a top, gazing around till she noticed me waving. Her smile practically lighted up the room, and she dashed over as quickly as she could. Then she was in my arms. I can't recall when I felt happy. Our kiss created quite a scene. Several people stopped to shout and clap. It was a little humiliating, but extremely cool. It took us another half an hour to go to baggage claim and retrieve her stuff. I grabbed a cart and loaded everything as soon as it appeared. The drive home was a haze. All I can remember is remaining close to Sandra. When we arrived at the condo, I informed the front desk that she would be living with me. They entered her into the system and issued her a key card with a large. Sandra was happy. She was scared that the people in the building would judge her, but this did not happen. The same 2 young ones assisted her with her bags upstairs. She was ecstatic within. She looked around every corner before heading straight toward the bedroom. We had lost time to catch up, and the supper at Potter's was fantastic, but it paled in comparison to the time spent in bed with Sandra afterwards. That Saturday night, Sandra received an unexpected phone call. She responded looking. "Hello? I'm Sandra. Hank has blocked my phone call. I tried you before for a transport from the airport. You did not pick up Carrie. Why are you calling me for a ride? Didn't I mention I was moving states? Yes, you made an irresistible offer, right? That is what you stated. So I called Sam. He was kind enough to get me. He informed me about your offer. Sandra, how could you do that? Were we not friends?" Sandra turned her phone on loudspeaker and set it down. "Friends carry occasionally, but you didn't act like it. So let me ask you something. How could you possibly have injured Hank so badly on your trip? Could you be any meaner? You choose your vacation to travel and cheat. How could you do that to him? Sandra, you need not be concerned about this. You made me worry, Carrie. You made me worried when you told me to sleep with Hank so you could play games after you returned from Jamaica. You did not tell me, Carrie. Why did you do this? I wanted to, that is it. And that is my response to you. Carrie, I saw someone I cared deeply about. I discovered him inebriated and deeply heartbroken because his closest loved one had mistreated and abandoned him. I saw the man I had always wanted, and since you did not want him, I took him for myself. I'll always see him as mine, but unlike you, I will show him love and care. He deserved it. Come on. Are you a kid now? Do you hear yourself? You sound foolish. Perhaps Carrie. But he is my man now. I'm his woman now. Sam told you all, did he? Indeed he did. It won't work, you know. I can still fight for him in court regardless of where he is. Hank is mine, Sandra. He loves only me. He will always and only love me. Am I on speaker? Is he hearing this? Sandra looked at me, so I made a face at her. She responded with a cheeky smile. He was listening. He is in the next room. What is he doing in there? Packing to return. No, Carrie. He is laughing. What? Yes, he is laughing at you. What else did you expect after saying such foolish things? Get it into your skull, Carrie. He is done with you. I'm tired of your idiotic behaviors, dumb texts, and your foolish assumption that he would ever want a dishonest, cheating wife. By the way, when was the last time you mentioned you loved him? Why are you calling me names? Really? Yes, truly. I've told Hank everything about my past. We also discussed our hopes for the future. Guess what? We desire the same things, please. Now you sound silly. Maybe, Carrie, but I no longer care about your perspective. Not Hank, not me. Are we finished here? Instead of pestering Hank, consider this. Just let the divorce happen. You cannot stop it. However, you can save yourself some trouble and money. Go, marry Sam. He does not mind who you are with. He truly likes the notion of open marriages and will encourage you to investigate. Think about it. Sam has money too. It is beneficial for you, Carrie. Think about it. I do not look at Sam that way. So what? You don't have to stick with only him. Find someone you like and be happy. Perhaps that isn't a bad notion. But what if I wanted Hank? That will never happen, Carrie. You'll never get Hank back. He made the decision. And I agree. Why not? Because of what you've done to him. How and when did you do it? I couldn't say yes to you. Hank would not want you back, Carrie. You don't realize how much you wounded him, do you? You did not think about it, did you? Sandra, stop talking like a kid. That's what your pals have had you thinking about for the past 4 months. Listen, Carrie, it makes no difference whether you ever loved Hank. It's evident you don't love him anymore. You don't remember the last time you said it, because he cannot either. All of the love came from his side. That's all over. I would not be with him unless I was certain, but here I am. He is yours, Carrie. You should thank the stars for every moment you spent with him and every day of your life. You're the past for him. A horrible dream. Let him leave, then go be with Sam. Sam invites me to attend a party with him. Sandra grinned. That is good. I did not want to go. You know, it's a unique kind of party, right? Yes, he informed me. Will you go? I am not sure yet. I wanted to check with Hank beforehand. There is no need for that. Carrie, Hank will not talk to you. Go enjoy the party. It is excellent for you. Sam will be really thrilled. The more men you are with, the happier he becomes. He wants to watch, have a blast. Enjoy your wild wife. Life with Sam. He'll enjoy it. I'm not sure. I do not want to lose Hank. You never stated you loved him. Carrie, be real. You do not, never did. For you. Hank is just someone that is always there for you, correct? Yes, maybe. Maybe I've never loved him the way he loves me, but I appreciate that he's always there. Did you ever go out on Hank before the Jamaica trip? Why would you ask that? Okay, yes, several times, maybe 12 during the last 5 years. More, maybe. Why does this matter? It doesn't affect you, but it does affect him. It always has, Carrie. Let him be. Concentrate on Sam. You two are an ideal match. You can be with anyone at any time. And Sam will not mind. He wants you to think, Carrie. That is what you desire. Hank will not offer you that. Let Hank go. Concentrate on Sam. Damn, Sandra, you are making my head spin. Stop. Why should I? I'm stating what you need to hear. Hank is not for you, Carrie. Sam is, but you need to fight for him. He has other girls. You can, but you must try. Fight for him, Carrie. Forget Hank. Fight for Sam. Sandra, I'm lost. I'm saying be happy, Carrie. Hank is not your joy. It has never been him. Sam will make you grin. Sam has everything you could ever want. Hank does not. Hank did his best, but it wasn't enough. It could not be. But Sam, he has more. Here's the thing about Sam. He prefers when you take the lead. You're at my old apartment, correct? Yes, I am. No surprise to me, Carrie. Sam wants to know about your trip, all about it. Tell us about the guys you met. Leave nothing out and speak as if you were in charge. They did what you asked. Sam will appreciate it a lot. You were the boss. Got it? Yes, I can do it. You chose those men, Carrie. Tell Sam about the reasons in detail. He enjoys that. Share with him and make him yours tonight. Yes, sure, now I understand. You're correct, Hank. I will miss him. But Sam, he is what you need, and he is wealthy. I'll feel safe and comfortable. And I can have side flings. Yes, this is Sam, not Hank. I am not into Sam in that way, but I could be. Wow. Sandra, he is wonderful for me. I can win him over. But will Hank despise me? I do not want that. He worked so hard for so long. Damn. Sandra, please take care of Hank. He was incredible in Jamaica. Strong, proud, and fearless. Sure, watch out for him. Do right by him. He is worth more than I can offer. Thank you, Sandra. Please treat him well. I love him, Sandra cried, and I was taken aback by how the conversation altered. Don't doubt my feelings for Hank, Carrie. He is the only man for me. He's my ideal guy. I love him unconditionally. I wish to have his children, Carrie, a lot of them. As many as he wants. And I will not mind because my love for him is so strong. Is Sam there with you? Did you both hear it first? I believe I'm having Hank's baby. We are going to leave you and Sam. Hank and I are our own family. You can be godparents if Hank agrees, but I belong to him. I will spend my entire life as his wife and the mother of his children. I'll remain with him. I truly adore this man. Oh my goodness. Really? Sam is listening right now. You're expecting a baby with Hank. Wow. That's incredible, Sandra. All right. All right. He is capable of me. I will not stop him. You're actually pregnant. How come you already know? Yes, but I know. I felt it that Thursday night, immediately as it happened. My entire body knew for the first time. Hank is my only love. That Thursday. But you stated you didn't. You remember that night. I never mentioned that, Carrie. Check again. I didn't say we did because I didn't want you to realize you didn't deserve to. But how about everything else? Your messages deeply upset me. Too awful, Carrie. You did not deserve what you took from Hank. He became my man on Thursday. I wanted it to be true, Carrie. I intend to be there for him, to alleviate his pain and then to make him mine for life, if I could. And every day, Carrie, I will show him my love. I'm not sure what to say, Sandra. You lied to me. No, I did not. Everything I told you was true in some manner. Carrie and Hank saw everything I emailed you, every syllable. I'm honest with Hank, everything. But you informed my pals. Screw them, Carrie. I never hid how much I disliked them. I had no ties with them. They forced you to hurt my man. Carrie, you did it. But they encouraged you. They are nothing to me. Never will be. Okay, I hear you. I suppose I can't whine, right? I mean, I wasn't honest with Hank to begin with. What occurred in Jamaica? Simply more of the same. But everyone witnessed it, so everything is good now, right? Are you two going to get married? Is this the plan? Sandra answered, yes. So okay then. I'm not going to make a big deal about our split. How about you, Sam? You okay with their plans? Sam's voice came from a distance, harsh and scratchy. It's all good. Sandra and I discussed. I'm pleased she's found someone for life. That's cool. Really. I'm not going to make a fuss over splitting up. Life is too short for that. My style of thinking is to love and be joyful. I laughed, and Carrie caught it. Hank, are you there? I grimaced, and Sandra smiled. He is Carrie. However, as previously stated, he does not wish to talk. He can hear you, so say anything you need to. I am not sure, Hank. Did you enjoy any of the photos I sent? Have they done anything for you? Sandra chuckled while I grimaced. Really? That's all she has. His response to both would be a loud no. He only remarked that the pair he saw had poor picture quality, and he didn't feel anything when he saw you. He was over you by then, Carrie. Well, I guess that's it. I mean, I was probably going to leave him anyhow. Perhaps I was torn on it. I suppose I still wanted him around, but I wanted to do my own thing, which he wouldn't have enjoyed. Looks like you two are doing well. May we be friends? Maybe. I'm not mad. I simply shook my head at her. Random musings. Sandra understood what I meant. You could carry no pinky swear, but please stop being cruel to him. Stop talking so wildly to him. He isn't into it. That's something I can do. Yes, still mad. However, he left me. Move on, Carrie. You asked for it by acting the way you did. It was entirely on you. So there's no point in crying about it now. As you mentioned, it is completed. Let it go for good. If you want to be friends with us, I support him. Always want our friendship. Cut the bullshit and treat Hank properly. All right. Yes, you're correct. I was nasty to him. Not anymore, Guy. Sandra, you are the person that always knows what to say. Who will I be listening to now? Not those people at work. Forget them. Talk with Sam. He's quite brilliant. He will not lead you astray. Correct, Sam? No way. Carrie has to learn if she wants to stay. So, yes, I will help her. It is up to her whether she listens or not. I hope she does. Have you got that, Carrie? Listen and learn from me, not your pals. I'll do it. And perhaps you and I can look forward to something positive. Wow, remarked Carrie. For real? When do we start? Now. Get ready, woman. Carrie laughed and said goodbye. I grimaced as Sandra chuckled. I can't understand why they think that way. Sandra, she approached and sat with me. You do not have to get it, love. All we need is ourselves. That is what counts. Are you actually going to have a baby? Just kidding. She grinned and held me close. Hank, I think I'm going to have a baby. It will take a few weeks to know for sure, but I believe so. Is that okay with you? I just smiled with glee. Totally cool. And what if you aren't? We will just have to work incredibly hard to make it happen, right? So that is what happened. Sandra and I obtained our own place and ended our previous marriages. Both went smoothly. Sandra and I married shortly after our divorces were finalized. Sam and Carrie attended the wedding. And get this, Sam was my best man, while Carrie served as Sandra's maid of honor. It's funny how things work out on our honeymoon. Yes, we traveled to Jamaica. Sam wrapped it as a wedding gift. It was the trip we had always desired. Sandra turned out to be correct. She was expecting twins. Selena and Sabrina are twin girls. Then the next year, twin sons, Robert and Thomas. Sandra knew immediately away when she was pregnant. She is great. We talked it over and I decided to have a vasectomy. 4 children were enough for us. Being parents was fantastic for both us and the kids. I mean, those kids were going to be the most beloved ever. Sam and Carrie got married, and boy, were they pleased. They were very into each other, and everything was wonderful in their world. They were the children's godparents. Strange, yet it fit. They indulged our kids so much that you'd think they were their own. Sandra and I fared well at work, too. She was promoted twice before conceiving her first set of twins. Mr. Krantz created a new position specifically for me. It was a significant deal, and I immediately reported it to Job. He assisted us in purchasing the condominium from the firm, and we accepted it. It was simply too good for us to pass up. One more bizarre thing. When Sandra and Robin first met, there were sparks flying everywhere. They knew each other well. Robin and her ex had been trading partners, which is how they got to know each other. They had a great time together at some parties. Imagine that. Robin was never far from us after that. At some point, the 2 women agreed that Robin could have some fun with me on our business trips. I wasn't aware of this until later. That is a story for another time. 2 years after being struck with the notion of a sexy wife, my life was wonderful. It was going to stay that way too. So, to the individual who came up with the sexy wife idea, take that. Thank you for listening to today's stories. If you enjoyed listening, please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Also, write a comment below with your thoughts on what transpired.